Hey there, Razorback Nation college football fans. Today, I want to have a serious conversation about Kendal Briles. As I'm sure some of you have seen, a couple of days ago, I made a skit or whatever you want to call it, sarcastically and jokingly saying we should fire Briles in response to what I would call the more overdramatic and ridiculous comments I've seen made about him. But as I said, today I want to talk seriously about Coach Briles and the job he's done because I'm no Kendal apologist. Looking at what he's done objectively, it just bothers me that we're not only satisfied with what he's done, but that we're not appreciative of what he's done thus far for our program. First, it's important to understand that Coach Pittman can't have success without his coordinators, that the coordinators can't have success without the assistants, and that none of them can have success without the players. It truly is altogether a team effort. But if you just look at where our offensive unit as a whole has come from since he took on the role as our offensive coordinator, it's just straight disrespectful to be slandering this man at this point. Yeah, I understand with not always agreeing with all of his play calls. I don't always love or agree with his play calls either. But here's a little piece of reality. There's no such thing as a perfect play caller, especially when hindsight becomes a factor. And the majority of the time when a play doesn't work and fans then deem that that call was stupid or doesn't make sense, it actually did. It just quite simply wasn't executed as it was drawn up. For example, one of the play calls that seemed to be controversial among the fan base in the Alabama game was on the first drive when Kendal called a quarterback draw on 3rd and 6. The result was no gain, but the reason for that result was because Alabama's defensive linemen quite simply happened to whip our offensive line on that particular play. We had the numbers advantage in the box to absolutely gash them with that play call, but unfortunately for us, Alabama's defensive linemen just made a heck of a play. In hindsight, it wasn't the right play call, but it absolutely made sense at the time. In less than 2 seasons, our offenses went from a jumbled mess to one of the most potent rushing attacks in the entire country while playing in the toughest conference and division in the entire country. We had an offensive line that couldn't block a pop-up ad. Now we've got an offensive line that's on the Joe Moore Award list for the best offensive line unit in the country. We've got a first-year starting quarterback that some experts said was going to be the least productive quarterback in the league this season, and he's developed phenomenally into one of the best quarterbacks in the league this season. We've managed to develop 4 very good and viable options at the running back position this season. Briles has done a great job of finding a multitude of creative ways to get the ball into our playmakers' hands, namely Treylon Burks. I'm running short on time here, but my point is this. Before you attack somebody that is undoubtedly helping this program, please strive to increase your perspective.